Today's video is sponsored by M-Line, an innovative supplier of extensively tested sleep systems in the Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, Germany, Switzerland, and Austria. On average, we spend about 1/3 of our lives sleeping. By investing in a high-quality M-Line mattress, you are assured of years of sleeping pleasure, and you wake up rested and fit. Just like the more than 300 top athletes and ambassadors who sleep on M-Line. Even the Dutch Olympic athletes took their M-Line mattress toppers to Japan this year. Something that I really connected with is that M-Line also works with the children's charity Nationale Fonds Kinderhulp. Any mattresses that are returned and in good condition are donated to the charity to help families refurbish their bedrooms. I took their Mattresses Advisor quiz and was matched with the Cool Motion 5 mattresses. And let me tell you, it feels like sleeping on a nice, cooling cloud. I opted to get 2 separate mattresses with a cool duo cover. Since getting these mattresses, my son, my mom, and I have all slept on them and enjoyed them immensely. So if you're in the market for a new mattress, please consider the M-Line range. Check out their website. There really is something for everybody. And now, on to the video.
Hi, welcome to Jovie's home. Today I want to talk about the ways that my Dutch home is influenced by my American background, and also the way that my American background is being challenged by some Dutch or European standards or the way that we live here in Europe. So if that sounds good to you, then why don't you come on in, kick off your shoes and stay a while. I'm really glad you're here. I really want to thank my YouTube friend, Carolyn from Contemporary Mama, who actually sent in clips of her house as well, so that when I'm talking about certain things, you can really see a side-by-side of my Dutch house against her American house. She lives in New York, and yeah, so thank you so much, Carolyn. Make sure you check out her channel, Contemporary Mama, where she does PCOS-friendly recipes. So it's very, very interesting, and I love her, and she's just so calming, and I love to watch her videos. So thank you, Carolyn, for helping me out on this video. So the first thing I want to talk about in this video is one thing that I noticed about garages. So in the Netherlands, first of all, if you have a car, like, you most likely don't have a garage. Not every home comes with a garage or a parking spot. We do a lot of street parking, but for the homes that do have a garage, one thing that I've noticed quite often is that your garage is not actually attached to your house. Whereas in the States, it would be. And I just find this fascinating. Like, most garages here, they don't come with like an automatic door opener. So you actually like have to get out of your car, go with your key, like unlock your garage, open your garage door, park your car, come back, lower your garage, and lock. There's like no convenience and no reason, I would say, to then have a garage. Let me know if I'm wrong, but like that's my opinion about that. I certainly find the American style of garage more convenient and more practical, but you know, I might be wrong here. You guys let me know what I'm missing. But however, I personally don't have a garage, and I've never had one since I've lived here, so maybe I don't know what I'm missing out, but you guys, you can let me know. Next up, before we move on from garages, this is one thing that you guys have talked about in my previous videos, like in the comments you've mentioned, and I do want to talk about that. One of the differences is that American homes typically, okay, not every house is the same, not every Dutch house is the same, but like typically, when you open the front doors, you are kind of like in the living room, you are in the main room, you are in the house. Like, you don't have like a hallway the way that we do in the Netherlands, or like some kind of like arrival spot, you know? You are very much in the middle of the house. Whereas in a Dutch house, you aren't. It is, you come in, there's a hallway, and then you can see it here, this door that is here in this shot, that leads into my hallway, but it's closed so that whenever the I open the door and it's cold outside. The cold air from the living room does not go outside, or stuff like that. It's handy and practical. And you guys have said to me, like, Jovie, why do American homes just like you open the door and you're in the living room? That's weird. And I think one of the reasons for that is because in the States, a family who is living in their home typically does not use their front door to come in and out of their house. That's mostly for guests. The people who live in their home would come in most likely through their garage and into a sort of mudroom or a basement or something, where they would then drop their stuff and take off their shoes or whatever. So it's just a completely different way of accessing your house. And that is one of the reasons, I would say, I don't know, again, I'm not an architect, but like I presume that the reason is for these differences is just because the place where the family is entering and exiting the home the most is not through the front door. And now I want to talk about the thing that actually inspired this whole video, and that is my mattress. So in the States, it's very normal that, when two people are sleeping in a bed, you have one mattress for both of you. You share it. You would go to the shop and you would try it out together and find one that works for both of you. But in Europe, it's different. And at first I hated it, and now I love it. And I wouldn't want it any other way. So basically, now the way that my bed is we have two separate mattresses that are then, there's like one cover that connects them. But the reason that this is so fantastic and that I love it so much, and I'm so glad that I've finally come around to the European way, is because you can have two people who have very different needs from their mattress or very different wishes. Like, one person might like a very firm mattress. One person, like me, might like a very, very soft mattress. And this way, you don't really have to compromise, And I love that. Like, everybody can get really exactly what they want or exactly what they need. And at the same time, you are still sleeping in one frame, in one mat, in one bed. Now, if you're American and you're watching this video and you've gone to a European hotel where you've experienced this, I'm going to say probably 99% of the time you hated it. Like, you would have been like, what is this crack in the middle? I don't want to fall in between the beds. The beds are usually on some kind of wheels because in a hotel you move them easier, so you need wheels. You definitely fall in the crack. That is not what I'm talking about. That is not how European people actually sleep in their homes. They're not buying two separate frames that they just push together and they're like, hey, there's a bed. No, it's one frame for your bed, two separate mattresses, and then usually a cover or some kind of topper or something that then makes it really feel like you're just sleeping on a one-piece mattress, even though you're sleeping on two. And also what I notice is my old mattress, which maybe you saw in the sponsored clip at the beginning, my one-piece mattress definitely tilted in from having to bear the weight of two people. Whereas on two separate mattresses, each person's weight is distributed better on their own kind of mattress, and the shape of the mattress lasts much, much longer. So this is one thing. It took me a while. It took me a while to get it. It took me a while to believe it and understand it. But now that I do, love it. The next thing that I want to talk about is the ability of windows to open in more than one direction. Certainly that was something that I had to get used to here. And certainly when you have small children, the fact that windows can fully open so wide, because that is also how some Dutch people put the mattress or whatever, you move furniture through your windows so they can open very, very wide. It's terrifying. It's terrifying. Let me tell you, one day I drove up, I don't know where I was, and I drove up home where I park in front of my house, and I looked up at my daughter's room and she was just sitting, legs out, and I was like, oh my God. So I don't like that. Now, I mean, the windows do have locks, so now we lock them. I've learned my lesson. But it was quite a shock. Whereas in the US, the windows open up and down, and that's kind of it. In Europe, you can open them, like if you twist the handle one way, it just tilts in or out depending on how your window goes. And if you twist the handle the other way, you can like fully open it. And this is a difference. And I find it interesting. I'm not making like a judgment call on which one is better or not, but this is definitely a difference that I noticed. Built-in closets, my friends. Why do we not have those in Europe? Now, I get it. Certainly for houses that were built like in historical times and stuff, like in older houses, you're not going to find it because that's not how it was. But we know better now. Why are new houses not being built with built-in closets in Europe the way that they are in the States? I absolutely loved and still do love a good closet that is fitted into the wall. So it's not taking up space in the room. It is flat with the wall. It is flush with the wall. In the States, you would have like a door and it opens in and out. Here in our new house, I did have the designer adjust the plans for this house so that we could have built-in closets in my kids' rooms. But I put a sliding door on it. But it's just a much better use of space, I think, than having to buy a big cupboard or a big wardrobe or something. A lot of my neighbors have like a room dedicated as a closet room. So they've just given up, instead of having an extra bedroom or whatever, they've just turned one of the bedrooms into a family closet. And that's unlike anything that I would expect or see in an American home, if that makes sense. Not saying it doesn't exist, just saying typically not what you would see. Now let's move on and talk about sofas. So in my experience in the United States, sofas sit very close to the floor. They have kind of short little legs, and for the most part, when you look at the sofa, you cannot see really underneath it. Whereas in Europe, that's not so much the design or the style of the majority of sofas that I've seen. So if you look behind me, you can see, here's my sofa legs here, and you can literally see underneath my sofa completely. The legs are a little bit higher, and it makes it very easy for my vacuum cleaner to go underneath. And it's just very easy to clean, but this is definitely the style. Maybe it's the Scandinavian, IKEA, not sponsored. It's like the IKEA style of furniture where things are like a little bit higher off the floor, a little bit more modern. Whereas in the United States, it's not so much like this. What do you guys think about that? I'd be curious to hear your thoughts. Oh my God, microwaves. We need to talk about microwaves because now, in the States, we have a microwave. It is not ever going to be a combination microwave and oven the way that we have them here. One of the things that really sticks out from my childhood is like you're learning, you never, ever put metal in your microwave. So you can imagine my shock and dismay when I realized that my combi oven, which is both an oven and a microwave, has pieces of metal that are not removable. Like I can take out the wire rack, but there's definitely metal in the sides. That's not removable. I can't get that out. So when I'm using my microwave, there's metal in it. And I cannot understand the physics of this or how it works or how you can have like one device that can both microwave and actually serve as an oven. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm not saying that I don't like it or that I don't use it. I'm just saying that the actual technology part of it doesn't like logically compute in my brain. The last thing that I want to mention before we end this video is the family bathrooms. Now, I'm not saying that in the United States every family home has more than one bathroom because they don't, but for the most part, you would have a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home, where one of the bathrooms would be kind of en suite or connected to the master, and one of the bathrooms would be for other people to share. Or even more typically, you would find a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom. So you have half bath or like a separate toilet, the way that we do it here. But what you typically won't find is a completely separate toilet from the family bathroom, the way that we have in Europe or in the Netherlands, where most homes, no matter how big they are, will have one bathroom for the whole family. And in that bathroom, you will have the shower, the bathtub, or both if you have it, the sink, but no toilet. The toilet is somewhere else. The fancy houses that I've been to in the United States, they will also sometimes have a toilet separate from the main bathroom, but it will still be within the bathroom. Like, you will go into your bathroom, you have all the stuff, and then you go through another door and you're right there in the toilet. So I don't know. It's weird for me still to have to go from the toilet, like walk across the hall in my house to get into my bathroom. I don't know. It's a unique thing. And I get like the logic behind it where, when a family is all sharing one bathroom, one person is in the toilet and the other people are brushing their teeth or whatever. You're not, not one person is just occupying the whole space. I don't know. I just feel like it's missing. I am missing a toilet in my bathrooms, and that's it. It's so funny when I was talking to Carolyn about this video and I was asking her to take some shots of her house. She was like, oh, how lovely not to have to brush your teeth next to a toilet. Like, that's so great. And I was like, yeah, I don't love it that I don't have a toilet. So you definitely have differing opinions about that. And it's just personal preference, but that is a big difference. The bottom line is, if you're a European or, a Dutch person and you're going to visit your friend in the States, most likely they will have a toilet in their bathroom. And most likely their home will have more than one bathroom. That brings us to the end of today's video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. And I look forward to hearing all of your comments or hearing your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great day. Doei!